Hey guys, good morning. I've been producing at home non-stop with headphones on the new song You Get To Me. You can hear it in my voice maybe a little and maybe see it in my eyes. I haven't slept a lot. I worked until 4 or 5 in the morning and woke up really early to continue working. I was just like really inspired, and as you know, I'm now starting again to make more club music. So it's basically something old, but again, I didn't do it in such a long time that it's new. Very excited and spending just way too much time in Logic making stuff. I think I should call it a day with the music production and just head over to the studio, try to start the day normal, and I'll show you something really special. Basically everything I did this entire weekend on that song. I think it's quite interesting. You'll see why in a minute. So over here it's still all very chaotic, and today I won't go to the B studio where I could make music, because again I didn't sleep enough and making music is so addictive. I just can't stop, especially when I'm like in the mood and working on a song and it just flows and kind of works. So I'll stick today to just further constructing for a little bit and head back home a lot earlier to just get some rest, to be all ready for Monday again. And yeah, studio construction, like still waiting for the new fabric. But in here, that little test segment that I constructed just to test the ceiling lights, I love it. I love it already a lot. But yeah, let's just get started with that one song. I wanted to share you like the progress that I've made over this weekend. That new song is called You Get To Me, and usually I don't share these very early versions of a song. I'm now at version 10, so I made 10 versions so far. Is crippling. You get to me. Oh, I can't get you off my brain. You get to me. I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see. Just kick, bass, the vocal, and like a pluggy synth that does something interesting that just doesn't work yet. So it was just like the first 2-3 hours of working on it. Then the second version. A lot more stuff already going on in the drums. It sounds a little muddy, old school, vibey, housey, which I felt at that point is the best for the vocal because it already leans into that kind of direction. But I wasn't happy with it. This was like too boring for me because like this kind of house music was already done. So next version. Hey, you get to me. Oh, I can't get you off my brain. You get to me. Change the kick, change the bass to a more gritty bass. I feel like that's like more clubby, pushes the track a little more. And I like to have the contrast between the vocal that is housey and the bass line that is more like electro a little, but still not there yet. Your love is crippling. You get to me. Oh, I can't get you off my brain. You get to me. I feel you coursing through my veins. Started like tweaking the vocal a little, pushing it and making it louder. You get to me. Oh, I can't get you off my brain. You get to me. I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see. Yeah, this version I tried out another bass sound because I wasn't happy with it. Like kick, bass, it just didn't work. And I just started changing it because let's be honest, if you make music, 90% of your time is spent trying to find the right sound selection, sound design, the right samples, the right kick that works together with the right clap. It's like going through a lot of them. It's more like finding the right one than finding one and making it fit. You get to me. Oh, I can't get you off my brain. You get to me. Yeah, same bass line, but I exchanged the drums entirely because I wasn't happy. Was going more for like a funky like beat where the emphasis is more like on the 2 and 4. Also didn't like it. It still felt off, no groove, nothing really working. So version number 7 now.
You get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me, I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It's like a lot of back and forth. This one is like way too much reverb. It just drained and reverb doesn't work. So dialed it back.
Hey, you get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me, I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see.
It's way too muddy, but the bass line is back again to the first gritty one. And then version number 9, that's like the 1 hour or 2 hours between the previous version where I kind of started like getting to the point where it starts to work and make sense.
Your love is crippling. You get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me, I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see. You're the ruler.
Back to just vocal, kick, and bass. The bass sound is still the same, but I added 3 notes, an octave up, to give that arpeggiator bass line kind of feel, which I really like. It makes it more groovy and speeds it up, and the groove, everything is working. It's the same bass line, it just sounds so much better. And then version number 10 is very close, dialed down the bass a little.
Your love is crippling. You get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me, I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see. You're the ruler of my body, and I don't want anybody but you. You get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me.
Also started adding effects, started adding more drums. I'm still not there yet. This is version number 10. I will need at least 50 to make this a finished song. The mixing is still very, very, very off. I mix it with headphones, which I absolutely hate. So I think in tomorrow's episode, I will continue sharing with you how I work on this song and actually like take it from that draft to like finer mixing details and mix it without headphones and do the comparison. What a song sounds like when you mix it with headphones, or at least when I mix it with headphones, and mixing it with speakers in a studio. Because there's a big difference, but you'll hear for yourself tomorrow. And again, this is like not even a fourth into the process of making this song. I'm having a lot of fun because it's clubby again. It's less about melodies, it's less about songwriting, it's less about the musical part of music, it's way more technical. So you have a lot less tracks, a lot less. Like some parts are really just kick, sub bass, top bass, a vocal, but these you have to nail to get them right and like put a lot of like distortion, saturation, EQing, a lot of detail, the right reverb, everything has to be spot on to make it work in a minimal way, which I actually love. So I'm back to club music. I still need to probably produce 4 or 5 club tracks to develop a style again in that kind of direction. And I will of course still do the poppier stuff, probably one clubby song, one poppy song, one clubby song, like always like changing it up a little, just doing whatever I feel like, and of course always based on the vocals that I get, maybe even doing some instrumentals later this year. Because I have to say my biggest problem still with this track is the instrumental and the vocal. They don't feel like one really. I don't know. I'll probably add some chords here and there to just glue it all together. And yeah, keep you updated. Tomorrow, finer mixing details. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, let's go through all 10 of them like really quick so you can like immediately hear the difference.
Your love is crippling. You get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me, I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see. You're the ruler of my body, and I don't want anybody but you. You get to me, oh I can't get you off my brain. You get to me, I feel you coursing through my veins. It's plain to see.
funny how like the first version sounds like shit and the last version sounds so much better, but again, still way off from being a finished song. But like a lot of people always ask me how to get that sound, and they're frustrated because their song might sound like the first version or maybe the fifth version. It's about just putting more time into it. And like always, my approach is listening to the song, figuring out what's the thing that doesn't work, change it until it works. And then the next thing. So for example, the bass line didn't work. I exchanged it for another bass line sound. Didn't work. Went through hundreds and hundreds of sounds. Made my own, tweaked it, like it just didn't work. So at the end, the solution was just like adding some notes and this way get more feel into the song. So like always approach it by addressing always the weakest part and just work your way up, and it takes time. If you want to make like very professional DJ Mac Top 100 worthy electronic dance music, you have to spend a lot of hours to get there. Anyways, you're invited tomorrow, continuing with that track. Today, further like small, boring constructing stuff here in the very messy A studio.
My body, and I don't want anybody but you. You get to